Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Conqueror. Now I'm not going to lie to you guys, this wasn't my initial plan tonight. I just kind of was playing a whole bunch of everything, just trying to find a game that would be entertaining for you guys. Because, dude, it has been rough lately. And it's not just like bad teams on one side, like it just raffle stops, man. It's so hard to get a compelling game nowadays where like it's entertaining for the entire match. This one, on the other hand, is going to be absolutely brilliant on many occasions. So, if you guys enjoy what I do, make sure you guys punch that like button for me. Helps the channel out a ton, and I ain't gonna lie, YouTube been not very kind to me this month, so any support from you guys punching the like button is greatly appreciated. Anywho, so what can we say about the Conqueror that hasn't already been said? It is one of the most busted ships in the game, bar none. Now, a lot of people get into Conqueror, they go out, they get their butt kicked because it doesn't really have any armor, which we will get to showcase later on in this match, but it is so brain dead to play the Conqueror. You don't need to have brain cells to play the Conqueror and play it at a high level. Like, just don't sit broadside the entire game. But keep these guns cycling and you will just neuter the entire enemy team. There's a reason this thing has my personal damage record and has multiple 300k games in it. And that is simple. This thing is busted. Now, we already got one fire. We did 9,400 damage, and Columbo is smoking up, but he fired his guns, so he's still detected despite being in a smoke. So we'll go ahead and take a shot at him. Now, we got to be careful here because we have two cruisers out in front of us. We know it's a Brisbane and a Stalingrad. There's a Holland here. Unfortunately, don't have a chance to shoot him, but we get a permafire on the Columbo since he was brave enough to go ahead and put that single fire out. And this is going to hurt. I mean, getting caught broadside by a Yama is never going to be a good time. And he does citadel us. Shocker. Now here, I wasn't sure if he was reversing yet, so I took the shot, front gun, and he is actually in reverse, and he's going to get that thing moving just enough to keep him from getting too much damage here. But we are going to hit him, and we get 5 pins, so a decent chunk of damage, but no fires, which is sadness. Anytime you hit that many shells and don't get a fire, that person should just go play the lottery, because clearly they are just built different. Apparently they're made out of freaking asbestos. If you don't know why I say asbestos, then you don't know what asbestos is. You've just heard it in commercials saying that if you or a loved one has died or been diagnosed with mesothelioma, you guys know the commercials. Anyway, asbestos is a old school, very toxic, apparently causes a very specific type of cancer, fire retardant. So it was used in a lot of stuff, especially when coating like electronics and stuff like, or wires and stuff like that. But what happens next is a thing of absolute beauty here. LeShun thinks he owns the joint, doesn't realize that our entire team is ready to counter him. And this is just so lovely. Terrible dispersion on me, but it doesn't matter because if I hit 4 shells on a destroyer with these HE shells, that's gonna hurt. And you add to it that our Shima's using his guns, which you love to see. Lord have mercy, and this Des Moines. And I cannot say enough good things about this Shima and this Des Moines. All right, I want y'all to keep an eye on these two players. They are going to be muy bien. I would say muy caliente, but while they are spicy, I think just having very good teammates, right? Anyway, they're fine, is what I'm saying. All right, now Delaware gets himself spotted. We're gonna go ahead and get another shot. Look at these nice little gaps in between these super sneaky torpedoes. You gotta love it, man. As we hit the Delaware and get the single fire, 7 full penetrations. That's what I'm talking about. It's not just that you get fires, it's the penetrations you get. Now, this is where the Louisiana is going to have a bad day. Like, I tried to warn him that there was an enemy, like, cruiser over there. Like, you saw me ping the map. I was like, dude, hello, y'all need to pay attention. But here, we do have AP loaded, because I was hoping the Stalingrad would stay broadside, and fortunately, he does start to turn back, which is going to open the angle up, and we're going to go ahead and take a shot, just hoping to catch that man off guard. But unfortunately, this Louisiana's not long for this world, because now he's full broadside, beached in front of the Stalingrad as we hit him for 8k, and immediately started loading HE again, right? Now, look at our team all moving together, trying to get up in here now. Look at the smoke screen from the freaking Shima. This guy is an absolute Giga Chad Shima player. Giga Chad, all right? I don't say this enough, but I always try to call out good plays when I see them, all right? Because people can learn from them. All these people out here that's sailing around like a sack of potatoes don't know their left from their right and top from their bottom. Like, it's crazy. But when I see these kinds of plays, I have to call it out because it is absolutely essential. He put that smoke screen there protecting our freaking Des Moines. Like, these are the plays that win win games, guys. Like, seriously. Now, watch what I do next. I don't fire all salvos at once. I'm trying to get damage controls right now, right? Between me and the freaking Des Moines, we're trying to set fires, right? We get the fire on the Delaware. He's probably going to damage con that. So, actually, I guess that's a perma-fire. But we bow tank the Delaware. Look at this next salvo from this Yama. Holy mother of God, that man just citadeled me right through the bow. And then, of course, Delaware comes in with his torpedoes, and ouch. Fortunately for me, I've got super heals, and they come in real handy. But I'll tell you what, man, that's a lot of damage. And that's one of the downsides of the Conqueror. Like, it takes that huge amount of damage from everything. Whether it be airdrop torpedoes, whether it be... And you saw I actually used my defensive AA there trying to, like, save myself. Now, there was a big play for me that you may not have realized. I was using the island to try to shield me from the Yama while I get another shot. Delaware ends up hitting us, but fortunately doesn't get a whole lot out of there. And the friendly Shima is trying to torpedo the Yama. And our fire takes down the Delaware. Now, we're at 145,000 damage, but we got a long ways to go, folks. Now, here, I got my turrets backwards. I thought I had the front guns loaded and then the rear. Unfortunately, I had the rear guns loaded and then the front. Now, here, we trigger the damage control of the Yamato, just in time, hopefully, for him to take a flood, but he doesn't, which is unfortunate. But as we come out around the island, we know we're going to be spotted by the Yama, so would have probably been better for me had I just stayed behind that island. I would have had more hit points, possibly been able to finish this game, but you may notice that our team is losing, and this Yama's accuracy is absurd right now. I say that as I'm hitting him with so many shells, but look at the damage the man is getting, and I'm trying to angle, but he overmatches like everything. Unless the shell hits like the turret face or the belt, he's simply going to overmatch it and do gajillions of damage. Now here you can see I'm aiming for the superstructure, upper side plating, trying to get as much damage as possible. We already got him burning. I'm not trying to get the fire, so we're hitting areas that already have fires. And oh my God, there we get lucky. And then he gets 2 more hits. One of them was a pin, but we're still alive. And between the DPM of the Des Moines, the fact that we've got him burning with fires, and then we take another shot. The Shima is once again using his fucking guns. Like, this is the stuff that you live for, folks. This is why we put up with all the frustration of World of Warships, because every once in a while you get games like this. And right now, we are losing, but we have the cap control. So if we can protect it and potentially put ourselves in position to counter the enemy a little bit without taking ourselves out of the trouble, and here we use another super heal. We still have 1 left just in case we need it, but we're going to be able to get a decent chunk of our health back, but we got to be smart, right? Now here, I'm going to follow my Shima because my Shima is most likely being hunted. There are 2 destroyers left in this lobby, and one of them could be over at Delta, but I think that's actually the cruisers, because if you look at where they were relative to the rest of the team, it looks like the cruisers would be the one to get there first. I take a shot at the Conqueror, but unfortunately, because of the island, I couldn't lead him enough, so we end up shattering. Don't get any damage, don't get any fires, unfortunately. But Kaba comes out, like I expected. He is hunting our Shima. We have put ourselves in a position to help, but we don't want to waste our shot. We have to make this shot count. If we lose the Shima, we lose. Period. End of story. Shima using his guns. I use my guns when we have him down pat. And look at that shot, folks. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely dispersion there. Saving our Shima's life and putting us 1 step closer to winning this match. Now, we are still losing, folks. Down 20 points. It's very close. Both teams have 2 caps, so neither team is gaining right now. It is so close. And these, like I said, these are the games that we love to play, man. I wish more games were like this. I miss having regular, like, competitive games like this. I hate the raffle stomp so much, not just from a a content perspective, but just like it's not fun when every game is over in 6 minutes and it's a complete wash. Like it's just not fun. But Shima puts down a smoke screen. He's going to be able to use that. The Des Moines is going to be able to use that. I'm going to be able to use it. Conqueror is well outside my smoke firing penalty, I believe. So we get a shot out there on the Conqueror, trying to get a fire. We get the double fire plus a good chunk of damage, taking us over 200,000 damage for the match. We're still losing. The enemy is actually, the destroyer for the enemy is actually going to do the right thing. He's not going to come after us. He's instead going to go after the cap. And this is huge because this puts us in a bind. But look at what the enemy division of cruisers is about to do. This is something you absolutely cannot do. All right? You see my Des Moines is putting himself in a good position, utilize the smoke screen. I hit the Brisbane with HE, but immediately load AP because I know that I can overmatch and absolutely annihilate this Brisbane for being stupid and putting himself in a position to be countered. And so that's exactly what we start doing. As he pushes in, of course, feeling that his div mate is in danger, you can see Conqueror shoots me, or the Stalingrad shoots me with HE. Here comes the Conqueror's HE as well. We have to damage con that because we have no choice. We have very little hit points. But because we have put a hurting on this Brisbane, you can see he already healed. So he's in trouble. And we're trying to just catch him. He's trying to bow tank, mitigate as much damage as possible, but Conqueror doesn't care because it's accurate as... Okay? We take all of the health off the Brisbane, and Stalingrad comes out full broadside in front of a Des Moines. This is the stuff you live for. And not only that, but the Shima has the cross torps. The crossfires, the cross torps, like getting people to make stupid plays. This is what we live for. Now, I knew that I could kill the Stalingrad broadside here. That's easy, Citadel. And then we go ahead and try to get rid of the Brisbane as well, knowing if we can get rid of the DPM, we have a chance to win this. We've already taken the lead, and down goes the Brisbane because the Des Moines finishes him off. And now it's at this point, we have the win, right? We have completely turned the tide on the enemy team because they were playing the game to lose, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. But the game is not over yet, folks. Like I said, the enemy destroyer is smart. He knows what he's got to do. So we got to be a step ahead. Watch what happens next. Our destroyer already went over, grabbed the alpha cap. And so now we are going to be trying to go back. You can see Des Moines still being shot at, so we know he's spotted. The destroyer is coming up behind us at the Bravo cap. Now, I would have loved to have seen that Des Moines turn away from the Conqueror here and go back towards the backside of the cap. That way he could use his radar in case the destroyer gets into the cap. But you can see I'm already saying, hey, defend that cap. We know the destroyer is going to go for it because that's his only chance to win. He's not going to kill us. He could spot us, and the Conqueror could potentially kill us, but we're trying to stay away from the Conqueror as much as possible. That guy's got too much hit points, too strong. We don't need to fight that, right? But the Shimakaze again. Absolute Giga Chad. Shima is like, I'm on the case, and he doesn't just rush in blindly. He has twist and track most likely, right? He's going right into the cap. We know the destroyer's there because the cap just triggered. So I'm not going to fire at the Conqueror here. He requests support, right? So now we are ready to help, and Holland gets spotted, and the Shima wastes zero time in dispatching him with HE. This is what I'm saying, folks. I have never seen a Shimakaze that wasn't me using its guns so much in a fight. I love this. This guy absolutely deserves a coveted pat on the back, right? If you guys watch Angry Cops, the coveted POB, you guys know what I'm talking about. Good job. Good job. Good job. I know a lot of people consider me the most toxic player in all of World of Warships because all I do is complain about teammates, right? But when there is legitimately something to praise, I'm always there to try to make sure that the praise goes where it needs to go. And here you can see I bait the Conqueror into shooting because at this point, even if he kills me, we don't lose. So now it's time to farm damage, right? We have the win. All we have to do is, like I said, he would have to kill multiple of us to win. And that's simply not going to happen. So we get a fire on him. We've got him shooting at us, which means that our Des Moines can use the island and sit there and farm him with all of that DPM. And you can see as he goes full broadside, we're going to take one more shot. We're going to load up the AP. We've got very little time left. I'm hoping that I can get another reload. I know I can get the reload off. We get another fire on him, smacking his superstructure. He's starting to heal it back, but look at how much damage he lost so quickly. And, of course, we have the armor-piercing loading. Is it going to be loaded in time? It will be, but will we get a chance to shoot it? Come on! Fire the guns! And the game ends with 1 second left on the clock, just to spite me, because I know I would have killed that Conqueror right there. That would have put me close to, if not over, 300k damage again. But Confederate High Cal and the Dreadnought coming in tops with 3,800 base XP. And like I said, cannot thank the Shima especially and the Des Moines enough. Those two played fantastic and demonstrated a level of paying attention that is just lost on majority of the player base. So I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I do. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.